Hello, everyone. This is Miss Choicey, the founder of I Live to Encourage nonprofit organization. We're coming on here to discuss the Open Visions Book Club, the second book of the year, which is Queenology, and the author is R.C. Blakes Jr. So let's jump right into it. So, as we open the book, there's a forward here from R.C. Blakes' wife, Lisa Blakes. And it starts like this. It says, "A queen? Who, me? No, not me. Do you know who I am? What I've been through? The pain I've gone through? The misery and shame I've endured? Queen? No, not me. This was my way of thinking not that long ago. I knew no other way. My self-esteem was literally below zero on a scale of 1 to 10. My grandmother had been abused and broken. My mother had been abused and broken. And I am no exception. Yes, I have been abused and broken. Can a broken woman be a queen? How can she rise up from the ashes and tap into the queen inside? As I lay in my room March 8, 2017, all I could do was weep. On that day, I reached the golden age of 50. Reflecting over my life, the tears flowed uncontrollably. Even as I write this, the tears are flowing. You may wonder why. You see, the vision I saw for my life was shallow. It did not include a fraction of the life I currently live. I could not see myself married with children, much less having grandchildren. I did not believe I would ever be happy. In my head, I was supposed to be dead and gone a long time ago. In fact, I tried to end my own life on a few occasions, but God's plan and purpose overruled. He allowed a man of God, R.C. Blakes, to find me. The rest is history. Well, the word of God says, "He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing." Wow, I sometimes wonder if R.C. got shortchanged. He found a wife, all right, but one that was a mess, broken to the very core. What I didn't know was that God had fully equipped this man, my husband, to bring healing and restoration to a broken queen. He allowed him to do three things. The first thing he allowed was to see and know that his good thing was broken, to learn how to put his good thing back together, and to empower his good thing. The journey has not been easy. The process has required a lot of work. The information my husband shares in this book are the very principles he used to repair his queen, his broken queen. Learning how to manage my emotions and how to overcome my insecurities and negativity had to be the toughest challenges. A well-equipped king with much love and patience has put this queen on her throne. I thank God for my king because now I reign. If you are a king with the desire to empower a queen or a queen who is rising from the ashes, this book is for you. It is my prayer that every woman will find a queen inside of her and begin to live the life she is destined to live. From Lisa Blakes. Y'all, that's so wonderful. That's a wonderful way to start the book. And then it goes in from there, it goes into an introduction. And I'm going to read a little bit of it, but not a lot. So the introduction goes like this. It says, "This book is the sequel of another book I wrote called The Father-Daughter Talk, which we started the year off with. January, we read The Father-Daughter Talk. Now it's February, so now we're reading Queenology. Within these pages, we will look at the process of renewing the woman's mind from an unconscious, inferior and victim to a queen consciousness. Despite the world's best efforts to miniaturize the woman's self-definition, the present message is that you are a queen, regardless of your life's challenges. The obvious question is, what is queenology? When we look at the word, it in its two parts, queen and ology, the meaning becomes clear. Typically, a queen is a female ruler or monarch. She is a dignitary of the highest order, would rule and consciousness to execute that power. The suffix ology refers to the study of something. For instance, theology is the study of God, psychology is the study of the mind, and sociology is a study of people. Queenology is a study of queens. It says here, my mission is to awaken the ruler within generations of women who are presently uh, anesthetized. This is not another brand of feminism. Rather, this is kingdom order. God created women to dominate. Our mothers, wives, sisters, and daughters are to dominate the earth and to reign over amazing lives. It says here, as I discuss in the father daughter talk, many women have been stemmed by fatherless homes and manipulative men. The personal perspective of most women has been broken. Queenology is my way of saying, broken or not, you are still queen. It says here, here's a quote. A queen is the quintessential woman possessing the ultimate presence and excellent character, empowered by a no-nonsense approach to life, love, and business. So I'm just going to kind of scan through the quotes here. And it says, it matters not what you've been through in life. Your identity and value are unchanged by your circumstances. You are still a queen. A woman must know that she is a queen before she can function as such. The difference between kings and queens versus slaves and beggars is an awareness of true personal worth and power. So I'm going to skip down. And it says kings, this is the title, kings produce queens. It says, as a biological father of three young women, I have always endeavored to communicate their royalty through my words and deeds. There has always been something within me that recognized my role in cementing their queen consciousness. As their father, I recognized I could diminish their self perspective or I could magnify it. I choose to expand my girl's self view. As a consequence, I am currently the proud father of three beautiful black queens. One is an educator and principal, another is a businesswoman, and the third one is presently double majoring at DePaul University. On a deeper level, I am married to a beautiful Caribbean woman, Caribbean queen. I call her Lee, which is short for Lisa. My wife is saved, beautiful, powerful, educated, and a woman reaching for her own goals. She is my greatest support and the love of my life. However, her present life does not reflect the journey she's taken. She looks nothing like the hell she's lived through. So it says here, the story of a broken queen, Lisa's story. As a very small child, Lisa was separated from her beloved mother by her abusive father. She was brought from Jamaica to Canada. While in Canada, she was abused in horrendous ways. It was so bad that by the age of 16, she emancipated herself and ran away. She worked, went to school, and took sole responsibility for her own well being. She was alone and without any support system. That still makes me mad. This is R.C. Blake's speaking. At the same time that she was exuding so much strength for a young girl, her self-esteem had been so depleted that she had no concept of self-worth. She went through seasons of suicidal thoughts. The queen that she was the queen that she was eclipsed by a cloud of human depravity. But despite all that she suffered, she was nonetheless queen. Okay, so here's a quote here. It says, "A queen is a queen, either sitting on a throne, beautifully arrayed, or broken in the gutter. Her value and identity are immutable." It says, "A crown is no less valuable because it's been fractured, and a queen is no less queen because she's been broken." My love for Lisa made me do something I had never done before. I paid attention. Sometimes I would get extremely frustrated with her behavior in weird ways. She was too possessive, always suspicious, and uncomfortable with compliments. As I paid attention, I learned how to love a broken queen. It was extremely frustrating for me to see her as a queen and to realize that she was completely oblivious to her own power. It was through patience, consistency, stability, and honesty that I earned her trust. Once that happened, I could then begin to teach her who she really was. I was teaching her even when she didn't realize it. I remember the first time she prepared a meal for me. She brought it to me and I said thank you. She was amazed that I articulated appreciation for her kindness. At that point, I realized that I was not just being polite, I was being used by God to reset her personal self esteem. She began to learn her worth and would soon demand it. The next lesson was for her to allow me, as her man, to open doors for her. Sometimes we still struggle with this lesson. The point is, as her man, I have intentionally exposed her true worth and identity. I am teaching my wife that she is a queen. She treats me like a king because I honor her as a queen. I'm so sorry, y'all. These allergies, I might have to end it short. So there's a quote here. Sometimes a woman develops her queen consciousness in her husband's care. Man, that's a quote right there. So that's the end of this one. At the end, she wants you to know, she says, you are a queen. So we're going to pick this back up on the next video. Um, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I want to remind you to hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. What I live to encourage. And also share this video with someone who needs to know that there's still a queen inside of them. Regardless, like the book said, whether they're in the gutter or sitting on the throne, you're still a queen. So, like I always say, don't let no one steal your joy. The world did not give it to you, and the world did not take it, cannot take it away. I love y'all and talk to y'all later.